Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here, and welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I am playing with a super fun die that helps you make quick and easy cards for Halloween. It is this haunted house cutout die. But first, I wanted to show you one of my favorite new things from the shop, and that is the new blending brushes. They have this short handle. It's a large brush with a rounded shape to the brush, so that's really cool. It fits in my hand really nicely, super soft, and I love that it has a cover and it has a cute little hole in here that is great for you to put something on it that helps indicate the color. Also, notice right here, if I just put that brush straight down, the bristles can get caught, so just give it a little twist when you're putting it in the lid. Now, for the color indicator, I have a piece of string here. I'm coloring this with a purple Copic marker because I'm going to dedicate this particular blending brush to the color purple. So I'm going to put it on there and tie it off. I don't have, string or twine in every single color, but I have white and I can color that with my Copic markers, and now I know this one is for purple. Okay, let's go ahead and test it out and do some ink blending. So I have 3 different shades of purple ink I'm going to use to create my background on this square piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock. I love smooth cardstock for ink blending, and so that's why I've chosen this Bristol Smooth. There are lots of different options out there of smooth cardstock, and if you have trouble with ink blending, you might then want to make sure you have a nice smooth cardstock. It makes a big difference. So I have done 2 colors here, and then I'll show you what it looks like all done with all 3 of the colors from lightest to darkest. What a great background. The blending brushes worked beautifully, and before I stick it back in its little spot for storage, I'm going to just dust off a little bit of that color on a paper towel, and it's ready to go for the next time. Now, I do have a few of these brushes already, and I wanted to show you how I actually use some white stretchy cord on them because it doesn't fray. So after I did the first one with string, I moved to the twine and it worked really good. Okay, now I have that haunted house cutout die. It's going to cut into the paper and kind of leave the silhouette behind. So I'm cutting this from a piece of black glitter cardstock because I love black glitter for Halloween. Now, there are some tiny little pieces, like fallout pieces in this die in the windows. So you might need a little pokey tool, like I'm using the pickup tool here from Trinity to remove those, but they cut out really good. This is going to layer over my background really good. But if you don't want to have purple behind your windows and purple behind your house, you can do some paper piecing and maybe do ink blending in yellow behind the house and paper piece in a purple piece around the house. So lots of choices. Next, I have this spooky foil and cut die set. So you can die cut the word spooky and have a layer for it, or you can hot foil the word spooky and die cut around it. So I'm gonna hot foil. I have some black foil pretty side up on some bright green cardstock, and my hot foil plate, the pretty side is down onto that foil. I'll put the whole thing face down on my preheated Glimmer hot foil system, put my plates on, set the timer. It takes about a minute. When the timer goes off, I remove the entire platform from my Glimmer hot foil system and run it through my die machine. Now the heat and the pressure is what causes that foil to transfer onto the cardstock. And then I have a black hot foiled sentiment, and I can die cut that out with the coordinating die. Now if you die cut out the word spooky, this die will also be the shadow layer for the die cut word. All right, I set that aside and decided before I put things together on this card, I wanted a little bit of splatter to give a little touch or hint of stars. So I have my Picket Fence Distress Paint. I splattered that right onto the background, and it is yummy. I love this. It's really subtle, but it's going to look great on there. So I added some foam squares behind my main panel and popped that up just for some added dimension, and then I can start putting things together. So speaking of putting things together, you can do that now with the new glue from Trinity Stamps, the Craft Glue Friend. around, and it works really good. It stays wet long enough. You can reposition things if you know, need to scoot it around like I had to do here a few times. It works great on this textured paper of glitter, and I'm going to test it out on some embellishments. So I have some new embellishments here. These have little headstones, bats, and like little Draculas in them, but I wanted to put some headstones here on either side of the house. So I put the glue right down onto that glitter paper, and then I'll add in the headstones. So I have my pickup tool here again, and that is going to help me just pick them up, lay them down where I want, and I like them like a little crooked. I think that looks fun, and it's a really nice addition on either side of this house. I love that. Okay, then for the sky, there are tiny little bats in here, so I'll add those around the house as well, and this glue comes out white, but it will dry clear. So I thought I would have a little before and after of what the glue looks like wet and dry on this card, because a lot of times when you do embellishments, the glue can squish out, right? All right, next we have another new embellishment, the Boo Crew embellishment set. This one has bats in it too, but it also has ghosts. And I decided I wanted some white ghosts on my black sparkly background, just around my sentiment there. So I added those for a final touch. So I'm going to hold this up. You can see the glue kind of squishing out around those ghosts and under my headstones. And I'll show you in a second what it looks like completely dry. But first, I'm adding this to my 5x5 card base. It's got that nice matte black finish of the cardstock all the way around my glittery card front, and I was able to scoot that around with my liquid glue. I love that. And here you can see the glue is completely dry and it has dried clear. So that is my quick and easy card, but kind of made special with all those embellishments and glitter paper and hot foiling. So you can still make a simple card and add those extra special touches. I thank you so much for stopping by the Trinity Stamps channel today. If you want more inspiration, come find us on Instagram and Facebook too. We have new things for you every day. I will see you all again next week with another new video right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Bye.